welcome. Welcome. Welcome as the welcome say. What does that even mean? I don't know. I've been working on this for a few weeks now. Now, I've watched Game of Thrones seasons 1 through 4 3 times. Seasons 1 through 8 2 times. Some might say 2 times too many. 2 times too many. I would honestly agree with that. I want to cut my hands off. We'll get to season 7. But we start off. Alright, so this tier list is horrible because there's only 5. And I can make more, right? I could. Okay, so we got up here. This is like 9s. These are, how do I type in here? Yeah, 9s. So this would be like, where's the plus? All right, like 9 and above. These are the best of the best. Then we got 8.5 episodes and above. Then we got the 8s and above. Then we got 7.5. Oh my gosh, bro. 0.5 and above. And then we got the 7s and above. Not many. And then let's add a row below. And let's make it gray. Because this row is for everything else. 6.9 and below. Okay, so this is the tier list. Most episodes will fall into these 2 categories. Alright. So yes, I have every episode. I watched every episode. Gave it a ranking. I will be honest. I was pretty harsh on season 1. I think season 2 rankings turned out pretty well. I was really nice to season 5, but I fixed it by subtracting points from episodes. I'm also going to look and read the summary of every episode on HBO, which is where I watched the whole show. So on HBO, it will say it will give me like a summary of the episode, I think. So for episode 1, it says, how do I look at the summary? It says, Lord Ned Stark is troubled by disturbing reports from a Night's Watch deserter. King Robert and the Lannisters arrive at Winterfell. The exiled Viserys Targaryen forges a powerful new alliance. That is season 1, episode 1, which got for the first episode, an 8. Pretty good. Pretty solid. I mean, let's think about what happens in the episode. I do really like when they all show up. And I like the ending. When Jaime turns into Courage the Cowardly Dog and he says, "The things I'll do for love." Pushes that little boy from the window. Ah! And he looks so stupid flying far from the window. I like that. That part's pretty funny. The incest that happens before it's not very funny. It's kind of disgusting. But it is what it is. Okay, episode 2. Oh yeah, the first episode is called The Winter is Coming. Alright, episode 2, The King's Road. The Lannisters plot to ensure Bran's silence. Jon and Tyrion head to the Wall. Ned faces a family crisis en route to King's Landing. So this is when the dog gets killed. Lady dies. Oh gosh, okay, Lady's already dead. Okay. Joffrey, the butcher's boy, dies. This episode got a 8.2. 8.2! Pretty good. Pretty good episode. I remember what happens in it, so that's also good. Tyrion and Jon are pretty interesting together. I like them together. They're fun. It's a fun episode. Okay. On to the next. Season 1, Episode 3. Lord Snow. Jon impresses Tyrion at Castle Black. Ned confronts his past and future at King's Landing. Daenerys finds herself at odds with Viserys. Okay, so I have no idea what that means. That can mean anything. I cannot tell you what happened in Season 1, Episode 3 of Game of Thrones. Tyrion and Jon arrive at Castle Black. But when I watched it, I rated every episode after I got done watching it. So after I got done watching it, I gave Lord Snow a 8.3. So I must have liked it. I wonder if this is the episode where you meet all Jon's Night Watchman friends. Okay. Cripples and Broken Things is the next episode. 7.8 for this episode. Now, I did rate Season 1 very harshly. I don't know why. Ned probes Aaron's death. Jon takes measures to protect Sam. Tyrion is caught in the wrong place. So this is when Tyrion gets caught, which is actually very fun. I like that. Tyrion in Season 1 is such a fun character. I like Tyrion, Season 1 Tyrion. Season 1 was so fun. I don't know why I rated it so harshly. Alright, we got The Wolf and the Lion, which is amazing. I did really like this episode. Said I really liked it. I gave it a 8.4. So it's the highest rated episode so far. And it says, Ned refuses an order from the king. Tyrion escapes one perilous encounter, only to find himself in another. So this is when Tyrion would meet Bronn, the crow people, the stone crows. Ned gets stabbed in the leg. Jory Castle dies. Jaime is starting to be bad bad guy character. He's like a bad guy. So 2025 for Escape. All right, Golden Crown is the next episode. Season 1, Episode 6. A Golden Crown. Reinstated as the Hand. Ned sits for the king while Robert is on a hunt. Okay, buddy. Ned issues a decree that could have long-term consequences, which he decrees that the mountain is under arrest and he should lose all titles, and then also Tywin is under arrest. Pretty crazy for him to do that. Joffrey apologizes to Sansa. Viserys receives from Drogo his final payment for Daenerys. Okay, so this is the episode Viserys dies, and that is awesome. I love that death so much. This episode got an 8.6. Yeah, Viserys' death is so good. So good. Pouring the gold on him. When I watched Game of Thrones for the first time and I saw that, bruh. I thought Viserys would be like a long bad guy, main character, and he just died in like episode 6. That was crazy. I do remember that. That's awesome. Okay. Next episode. You win or you die. Season 1, Episode 7. Ned confronts Cersei about her secrets. Jon takes his Night's Watch vows, which is a really nice scene. I like that. Drogo promises to lead the Dothraki to King's Landing. Also a pretty solid episode. I do remember liking this one too. It got an 8.7. See, Season 1 just keeps getting better and better and better and better. I do remember that I like this episode. I do remember it. And I would watch it again. Alright, then Season 1, Episode 8, The Pointy End. The Lannisters press their advantage over the Starks. Robb rallies his father's northern allies and heads south to war. Alright, this episode got a little bit of a downgrade from the others. 8.1, which puts it right above Winter is Coming. So right here. It would go right here. Alright, and then we got Baelor. Which, I mean, I did watch A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Holy moly, Baelor. that was so crazy. That was so great. My fingers feel like wood. No brain in the back of his head. Alright. Ned makes a fateful decision. Robb takes a prized prisoner. Dany finds her reign imperiled. This is Season 1, Episode 9. Baelor. Baelor got an 8.4, which puts it right next to The Wolf and the Lion, which is Episode 5. Okay. I'd put it below. I did like this episode more. Oh, this is the episode he dies, though. Oh my gosh, how could I forget that? Ned gets his head chopped off in this episode. All right, and then the final episode of season 10, Fire and Blood. As tragic news spreads across the Seven Kingdoms, Bran and Rickon share a prophetic dream. I forgot Rickon had the same dream as Bran, yet nothing happens to Rickon except he dies. That's the only thing that happens to Catelyn interrogates Jaime about her son's fall, and Rob's destiny is forever changed. This episode got a 8.5, which is quite insane that I gave it a higher rating, but whatever, I liked it, I guess. And I think it's the first episode with Tywin, so that's pretty good. Okay, and now I also did a little bit of a thing where I gave like each season like a little bit of an award show. I gave them all the same awards. There's best death, worst death, underrated death, best character, and then saddest death. I did deaths because Game of Thrones, there's a lot of deaths of main characters. Okay, so I got best death, Viserys, obviously. Worst death, I gave it to Ned. I gave it to Ned, even though I will say I do really like his death. It's really good, but I gave it to Ned because I feel like I want more Ned, but then he dies. But you know what? It's also a very good death. Underrated death, I said Jory Castle, Ned's little guy that helps him, that gets stabbed in the head by Jaime in their fight. He just gets absolutely murdered. It's insane. Best character, gave it to Ned. And then saddest death, I gave it to Ned. So Ned won. Ned was going off in the awards. On to season 2. On to season 2. Alright, season 2, episode 1. The North remembers. Tyrion arrives to save Joffrey's crown from threats old and new. Daenerys searches for allies and water in... Oh, yeah, this is when she's, like, dying from dehydration. And water in the Red Waste. Oh, yeah, Khal Drogo's dead. What episode does he die in? This episode? And she gets her dragons in this episode, too. Yeah, alright. Daenerys searches for allies and water in the Red Waste. Jon Snow and the Night's Watch face the wilderness beyond the wall. Interesting. Okay. Season 2, Episode 1, The North Remembers, got an 8.5. I'm going to put it below this episode. That's safe. That's safe to assume. Pretty good first start if it got an 8.5. I was pretty nice to Season 2, I think. Which, I mean, Season 2 is very good. Alright, Episode 2, The Nightlands. Arya shares a secret with a familiar recruit. A scout returns to Dany with disturbing news. Theon comes home to the Iron Islands and his real family. Tyrion administers justice. Jon witnesses a terrible crime. Now, I have to remember what these are. Oh my gosh. What is the terrible crime Jon witnesses? What is it? I have no idea. Tyrion administers justice. Is that the episode where he takes Pycelle and throws him in the dungeon? I like that. That part's pretty funny. Your Grace, please do not let him throw me in the dungeon. Theon comes home to the Iron Islands. Yikes, downfall for Theon. What is Dany's disturbing news? Oh, a scout return. Is that because his head got chopped off? It's a scout returns. And then Arya and Gendry are talking, I think. That's what this is. Alright, well, this episode got an 8.3, which would put it with Lord Snow, which is episode 3. I'm gonna put it below Lord Snow. Pretty good episode, though. Alright, we got What is Dead May Never Die, which is an amazing saying. What is dead may never die. I like it. It's fun. Alright. At the Red Keep, Tyrion plots 3 alliances through the promise of marriage. Alright, this is the episode where he throws Pycelle in the dungeon. Tyrion as the Hand of the King in Season 2 is peak. Peak. The only Tyrion that's better than Season 2 Tyrion is Season 4 Tyrion. Tyrion plots the alliances through the promises of marriage. Catelyn arrives in the Stormlands to forge an alliance of her own. But King Renly, his new wife Marjorie, and her brother Loras have other plans in mind. Interesting. They're also this little picture. What episode? What did I give this? I gave it a 8.6. So I really like this episode. And you know what's crazy is I remember really liking this episode. We're gonna go. What did episode 6 of season 1 get? It got a 8.6. We're gonna go right below that. All right. Garden of Bones. And it's called Garden of Bones because outside it's the Garden of Bones. Catelyn tries to save 2 kings from themselves. Tyrion practices coercion. Oh, big word. Robb meets a foreigner outside the gates of salvation, and he's basically doomed from there. Dany finds her ally, Melisandre, casts a large... Oh, that's not part... Alright, Dany finds her ally, and then Melisandre casts a large shadow on the Stormlands. This episode got a 8.4, which would put it next to Baelor in episode 5. We're going to put it right below those. But season 3 episode... This is Lord Snow 8.3. Yeah, okay. Yes, okay. And then The Ghost of Harrenhal is episode 5. The Baratheon rivalry ends. Tyrion learns of Cersei's secret weapon. What is her secret weapon? She knows he has a lady, right? Is that what it is? Is that what her secret weapon is? That's the only secret weapon I could think. She normally doesn't have anything. Oh, no, wildfire. That's what it is. Dany suffers a loss. Arya collects a debt she didn't know she was owed. Jon and the Night's Watchman watch man in ancient fortress and meet a legend. And the Night's Watch man in ancient fortress and meet a legend. That's what it is. Wow. I'm actually amazing at reading. Alright. The Ghost of Harrenhal. 7.8. I did not like this episode. I also do not remember anything. I don't remember this at all. I'm gonna put it below that episode. Alright. Episode 6. The Old Gods and the New. Theon completes his master stroke in King's Landing. The Lannisters send what is her name? Marcella from harm's way in the nick of time. Arya gets a surprise visitor. Dany vows to take what is hers. Robb and Catelyn receive crucial news. Jon has a chance to prove himself. Okay, don't remember any of it. Not really. Don't remember any of that. 8.6. No, wait. What did I give this episode? An 8. Bob, 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 bob. All right. I almost got bored at this point. A man without honor. Jamie meets a distant relative. Danny receives an invitation to the House of the Undying. Theon leads a search party. Jon loses his way in the wilderness. Cersei consoles Sansa. This is the episode before one of the greatest episodes in the whole show. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, wait, these next 3 episodes have insane ratings. You got this. This episode is right up here, an 8.7. Wow, I love that episode. A Man Without Honor. Is this the episode where Jamie tells Brienne what? No, that was in season 3. I think. Alright, The Prince of Winterfell. At Winterfell, Theon receives a visitor and holds down the fort. Arya calls in her final debt with Jaqen. Robb is betrayed. By who? Oh, is that when that guy kills those 2 little boys? Tyrion and Varys find common ground. Dany ignores Jorah's advice. Stannis and Davos approach their destination. And the first mention of the goat. Stannis. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to get to that. Alright, yeah, what? The best episode's about to come up. But this episode got an 8.8, which puts it at the highest rated episode right now. Crazy. Not really. That was a pretty good episode. And now the episode I want to talk about. Blackwater. Yes, Blackwater. Tyrion and the Lannisters fight for their lives as Stannis' fleet assaults King Landing. This episode got a 9.8. And let me just say something. Let me just say this, and that is Stannis getting off that rowboat and charging in there, getting up against the wall, looking over, and that dude he's staring at just gets his head smashed by a rock. Aura. He's up on the castle, sword fighting everybody, 1v like 20, killing them, winning. Sir Davos being on the boat when it blows up the wildfire. When I watched that for the first time, I think I got naked. Crazy. It's just so crazy, all of it. Oh my gosh, Tyrion leading the charge through the gate. Aura. Everything about this episode is just so good. It's all so perfect. It is so good, man. I mean, it's such a good episode. And then, finally, episode 10. Valar... What is it? Is it Valar? Vala Morgulis. However they say it. Tyrion wakes up in a new world. Dany goes to a strange place. Oh, we didn't even get to talk about... Was it Zohan Zoros Doxos? Hilarious. I laughed when I heard that man's name for the first time. That is so funny. What about Pyat Pri? Bruh. Jon proves himself. Episode 10 got a 8.7. God. That is insane. But yeah, season 2. Oh yeah, I did final rankings. The final ranking for season 1, which I added up all the scores, was an 83 out of a possible 100. That's pretty good. Season 2 got an 85.6 out of a 100. Also pretty good. Alright, so this is the ranking so far after season 2. Time for the awards. Not really awards. Alright, best death went to Sir Mandon Moore. I cannot tell you who Mandon Moore is. So I have no idea what his death was, but I guess I liked it. Some of these were kind of hard, though, because some of them didn't really have any, like, good, like, moments. I said worst death was Roderick Castle. When Theon cuts off his head, and I like that the whole town's crying. They're like, no! He's like their hero. He's like their hero, man. They all look up to him. and Theon's just beheading him like right in front of everybody. Still, such an amazing death. I don't know why I put it for worst death. Worst death doesn't mean worst. It just means like something that, I mean, it could have been avoided. Theon didn't have to kill Roderick Castle. That's kind of what most of the worst deaths are. Like Ned, I don't mind Ned dying in season 1, but it could have been avoided. Okay, my thing about Ned dying is everybody except Joffrey was like, bro, what are you doing? Begging him not to do it, and he still did it. He's such an idiot. Well, that's what you get, man. Joffrey's horrible. Alright, and then we got, let's see. Worst death, yeah. Alright, saddest death, I gave it to Maester Luwin. Rest in peace, Maester Luwin. I liked Maester Luwin. I like that he tried to save Theon, but Theon didn't really listen. He was listening, and then he got stabbed. Not Theon, the Maester. Underrated death, I give it to the Half Hand. Because he got, killed by Jon. He told Jon to kill him, and Jon killed him. Underrated. I like it. It's a cool death. Aura. And then best character, who would have guessed? It's Tyrion. Tyrion Lannister, best character season 2. Good for him. Okay, we are now on to season 3. Season 3, a little bit of a down season compared to some of the other seasons, but pretty good season. Alright, season 3, episode 1, we got Valar Dohaeris. All men must serve. Alright, let's see. This will be around with season 1, episode 8. Okay, I just have to know what, where it will be. And it will be, over here. Okay, so, season 1, episode 8. Or season 3, episode 1. Jon is brought before Mance Rayder, the king beyond the wall, while the Night's Watch survivors retreat south. Tyrion asks for his reward, which is an amazing scene. I like that. Littlefinger offers Sansa a way out, and Dany sails into Slaver's Bay. Ooh, this is when things for... See, I feel like Season 3's whole thing is just setting up Season 4. That's what Season 3 is. Just setting up the absolute masterpiece at Season 4. Okay. This episode will be, right over here. With Season 1, Episode 8. Alright. Season 3, Episode 2. Dark Wings, Dark Words. Sansa says too much. Shay asks Tyrion for a favor. Jaime finds a way to pass the time. Arya runs into the Brotherhood without banners. With Thoros of Myr and the guy with the bow. Oh, look at that. House of Dragon. Right here. Haven't seen it. Gonna watch it, though. What is his name? Beric Dondarrion. Whatever, dude. Who cares about Beric Dondarrion? Beric Dondarrion! We'll get to Beric Dondarrion when we get to him in Season 8. Oh, Season 8. How awful could you possibly be? Alright, this episode is, up here with this one. I'm gonna put it right here. Where's Season 2, Episode 3? Season 2, Episode 3 is also an 8.6. I'd put that above this, too. Alright, let's see. Walk of Punishment. Tyrion shoulders new responsibilities. Jon is taken to the Fist of the First Men. Daenerys meets with the slavers. Jaime strikes a deal with his captors. Is this when he gets his hand chopped off? I'm gonna guess that's when he gets his hand chopped off. Alright, which is an 8.7. I give this episode an 8.7. Which we'll put it next to season 2, episode 10. Where is it? Do I like it more than season 2, episode 10? I think so. If it's the episode where he gets his hand chopped off, Sir Barristan in the background, is that? Oh, that was probably the one where, yeah. Alright, alright, next episode. And now his watch is ended. And now his watch is ended. The Night's Watch takes stock. Varys meets his brother. Meets his brother? What? Meets his better. Arya is taken to the commander of the Brotherhood. Dany exchanges a chain for a whip. What is that? Oh, she trades her dragon for the Unsullied. And then her dragon immediately kills the guy. Sucks to suck, bud. Alright, this episode got a 8 point... No, that's not that. This episode got a 8.4. Let me just make sure it was right up with Garden of Bones, which is season 2, episode 4. So let's look for season 2, episode 4. And then down episode 4. Right here. I'm definitely putting it above that, but not above this episode. No way. Alright. Next up. Kissed by Fire. What is this episode about? I'm actually curious. Oh, is this when Jon and Ygritte get it on for the first time? The Hound is judged by the gods. First mention of the goat. Jaime is judged by men. Okay. Jon proves himself. Robb is betrayed. And Tyrion learns the cost of weddings. Oh yeah, because he's now Master of Coin. Season 3, episode 5, 8.6. This episode was very well liked by me. There's a lot of 8.6s. What is Dead May Never Die, which is season 2, episode 3. What is Dead May Never Die? I'll put this episode right up below that. Like right here. Who is that? Robb. Robb! Okay. The Laws of Gods and Men. What happened in this episode? Oh no, that's in season 4. Am I an idiot? Yes. I keep looking at season 4. The Climb, 8.3. This is when they climb up the thing. Is this also the episode where Jon is in the same area as Bran and Rickon? Bro. Rickon should have went with Jon, but whatever, bro. Whatever. The Climb, 8.3. The bird guy dies, I think, in this episode. He either dies in this episode or the next episode. Well, he cuts the rope no matter what, right? So, bird guy, kind of a scumbag. He also scars Jon. Jon finally gets scarred. I'll put it right here. Okay, let's see. What's season 2, episode 4? Garden of Bones. Oh, it's definitely better than the Garden of Bones. Zoro Zohan Doxos, bruh. Get him away from me with that funny name. He has a crazy awesome death, too, where he gets locked in that vault. Yeah. Get Zoran Zoas Doxos away. Did I read everything? Oh, The Climb. Tywin plans strategic unions for the Lannisters. Melisandre pays a visit to the Riverlands. Robb weighs a compromise to repair his alliance with the House Frey. Roose Bolton decides to do with Jaime Lannister. Or decides what to do with Jaime Lannister. John and the wildlings face a daunting climb. Alright, so... Is Climb also the episode where they do Chaos is a Ladder? And so it's like double meaning the climb as in the climb of the ladder. And then they also do the climb as in up the ice wall. That might... Okay, I might have actually just discovered something. Or I could be wrong. Chaos is a ladder. The Bear and the Maiden Fair. Danny exchanges gifts. Oh, that scared me. A piece of paper blew on my thing. That scared me. I thought it was a bug. Alright, Danny exchanges gifts with a slave lord outside of Yunkai. As Sansa frets about her prospects, Shay chafes at Tyrion's new situation. Tywin counsels the king, and Melisandre reveals a secret to Gendry. Brienne faces a formidable foe in Harrenhal, the Bear. This episode, which was called The Bear and the Maiden Fair, got an 8.7. 6-7. Alright, bro, shut up. Alright, which will put it with Season 2, Episode 10. Follow Magulis. We're going to put it right here. Boom. Right below that. Alright, up next is Second Sons. King's Landing hosts a wedding. Who's the wedding for? Tyrion and Sansa, or Joffrey and... No, that has to be for Tyrion and Sansa. Right. And Tyrion and Sansa spend the night together. Yeah, where he gets drunk and falls asleep on the chair. Dany meets the Titans' son. Who's the Titans' son? Who's the Titan? Who is the Titan? I don't know, bro. Davos demands proof from Melisandre. What? The fire god? And then Sam and Gilly meet an older gentleman. Who? Who's the older gentleman they met? I don't know. The White Walker? Maybe? I don't know. This episode got a 8.5, which is crazy because I don't remember a single thing about it. You know it did. You can't be too picky. It's up there with Season 2, Episode 1. Season 2, Episode 1. Right here. I'm putting it below. Oh! Is this the guy that... This is, What is his name? Dario Naharis. And he cuts these guys' heads off. Alright, the episode that is absolutely amazing. The Rains of Castamere, 9.1. Obviously. Robb presents himself to Walder Frey, and Edmure meets his bride. Jon faces his harshest test yet. Bran discovers a new gift. Dario and Jorah debate how to take Yunkai. House Frey joins with House Tully. And the Red Wedding. Where Robb, Catelyn, Robb's wife, Robb's unborn baby, all die. Absolute banger. And a part that I'd like, that maybe underrated, I don't know, is when she's sitting next to Roose Bolton, and she lifts up his sleeve, and he's wearing chainmail underneath, and he looks up at her, and does like the funniest smile ever. He just looks at her and just smiles. Yeah. I did that. And then his like bodyguards come in and grab him like he's like the president or something. Get down, Mr. President! People start getting shot in the head, throat slit. They escort him out. And then he comes back in to kill Robb. The Lannisters send their regards. Boom! Yeah, Roose Bolton was aura farming in that episode. I can't lie. That was insane. And then, Misa! 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 Season 3, Episode 10. 8.3. Which puts it with The Climb. But, I don't know. Nah. Not so good. I'm gonna put it, like, right... What did season 2, episode 2 get? Yeah, we're putting it right below that. Boom. Misa's whatever. Alright, that's season 3. Season 3's final rating was an 85.3, which season 3, pretty good. Not as good as season 2 and season 4, but it is pretty good. Okay. Alright, now for the awards. Best Death. Robb Stark. I just think, I mean... absolutely amazing. The whole Red Wedding is amazing. That's amazing. Worst death, Jeor Mormont. Take you off the skull of Jeor Mormont. I like that part, though. It's pretty funny. Yeah, I just feel like Jeor Mormont could have had more moments. Maybe had another moment with his son sometime. I don't know. Saddest death, I gave it to Catelyn Stark. Only because she made me feel bad because she was crying. It made me feel bad. Oh. Underrated death, I gave it to Jeor Mormont. And then best character, maybe a shocker, I said Jaime Lannister. I gave Jaime season 3. I feel like everybody was kind of good in season 3, but I really liked him and Brienne this season. Every time they were together, I loved watching it. And he had his big moment on why he killed the king. He wouldn't do it, to save himself. He did it because he was going to kill everybody else. Alright. Season 4. Season 4, Episode 1, Two Swords. Season 2, Episode 1, or Season 4, Episode 1. Tyrion welcomes a guest to King's Landing, Oberyn. While at Castle Black, Jon Snow finds himself unwelcome. Dany is pointed to Meereen, the mother of all slave cities. Arya runs into an old friend. Who's the old friend? The Hound. I think. I have no idea. No, she's with the Hound at the end of season 3. Right? Yeah, because he takes her to see her mom and brother, but they get murdered. Yeah. Alright, well. This episode got an 8.6, which puts it by season 3, episode 5. Where's season 3, episode 5? Oh, it would be up here. Why can't I find season 3, episode 5? Oh, it's right here. Or we're going to go right above it. I remember liking this episode, even though I don't necessarily remember what happened. Okay. Immediately, episode 2 of season 4. The wedding where Joffrey dies. Joffrey's dead. Thank God, bro. Everybody on the planet cheers when this little man dies. That episode got a 9.2. The Lion and the Rose. Tyrion lends Jaime a hand. Joffrey and... well, that's funny because he is missing a hand. Joffrey and Marjorie host a breakfast at Dragonstone. Stannis loses patience with Davos. Ramsay finds a purpose for his pet. Forgot that was happening. North of the Wall, Bran sees where they must go. North of the Wall. What are we talking about? Anyways, love that episode. Love, 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 love. Season 3, episode... Well, Season 4, episode 3. Breaker of Chains. Tyrion ponders his options. Tywin extends an olive branch. Sam realizes Castle Black isn't safe, and Jon proposes a bold plan. The Hound teaches Arya the way things are, and Dany chooses her champion. Who? Jorah? No. This episode got an 8.8, which is just absolutely amazing. Which means I love this episode. I had to have loved it. I think it's the only episode that's gotten an 8.8 right now. Yeah, it is. It is absolutely amazing. It would have to be. It has to go like right to the top. Where's season 2, episode 8? What did season 2, episode 8 get? An 8.8. Yep. So it would be right next to that. I'll put right below that. All right. Episode 4. Backtracking. Dany balances justice and mercy. Jaime takes Brienne with his honor. Or takes. What? Tasks Brienne with his honor. Jon secures volunteers while Bran, Jojen, Mira. Oh my god, don't get me started on these people, bro. Jojen and Mira. Oh my god, the most disrespected characters in this whole show. And Hodor stumble on shelter. Good for them. And is that where they meet Sam? And what's her name? Gilly. Anyways, Oathkeeper. This episode, Oathkeeper, got an 8.3, which puts it next to The Climb. But I remember not really liking it all too much, so I'm going to put it, like, right here. Oh, yeah, Podrick goes with Brienne. Alright, that gets it a little bump. Alright, Season 4, Episode 5, First of His Name, an 8.6. It's up here by Kissed by Fire. I don't think it's as that good, but let's read what the description is so I can remember if it is. Cersei and Tywin plot the Crown's next move. Dany discusses future plans. Jon Snow embarks on a new mission. Yeah, literally nothing in there. Alright, this episode got an amazing rating too. The Laws of Gods and Men got a 9. Amazing episode. I do remember this. This is the trial, right? Stannis and Davos set sail with a new strategy. Dany meets with supplicants. Tyrion faces down his father in the throne room. I like that episode a lot. Alright, next up, Mockingbird. Got a 8.3. So it falls into this range of episodes. Or no, it falls into this range of episodes that aren't bad. But I do remember what happens in this episode, which bumps it up. I gotta put it like right here. Because this is the episode where Littlefinger pushes that woman out of the moon door and kills her, I'm pretty sure. Tyrion enlists an unlikely ally. Daario entreats Dany to allow him to do what he does best. Not sure what that means. Jon's warnings about the wall's vulnerability fall on deaf ears. Brienne follows a new lead on the road with Pod from Hot Pie. Good for him, bro. Okay, Mockingbird. I'm pretty sure that's the episode where Littlefinger throws the woman from the moon door, I think. Okay, this episode, absolutely amazing. This one is, I love this episode. The Mountain and the Viper. Let's just read the description. Mole's Town receives some unexpected visitors. Littlefinger's motives are questioned. Ramsay attempts to prove himself to his father. Tyrion's fate is decided. Okay, in this episode, Oberyn in the mountain battle, and he says, "Confess! You raped her! You killed her! You killed her children!" Or whatever he says 37 times. And look, all I'm saying is it's hilarious when the mountain grabs him, punches all his teeth out, he says it, and then, "I smashed her head in like this!" and squeezes his head like a watermelon. That is still probably the best death in the whole show. Hands down. And then Tyrion's face after Oberyn dies. because he's so excited that Oberyn's winning, and then when Oberyn dies, his face, I have his face, the picture saved in my phone. It's such a funny face. It's such a funny reaction.
Gods have made their will known. Tyrion Lannister, in the name of King Tommen of the House Baratheon, first of his name, you're hereby sentenced to death.
I love that. I love that episode. That episode's so awesome. I don't remember what else happens in that episode. And then I think this is probably the best episode in the whole show. This is the best episode, definitely. The Watchers on the Wall got a 9.8. Could have easily got a 10 or a 9.9. I mean, hate all you want on Sir Alliser Thorne. He was aura farming this episode. I mean, that's the only word to use for it. When he tells Jon, you know what? Maybe you were right. Maybe we should have flooded the gate. But you know what? When you're in command and you start second guessing yourself, that's when you lose control. And that's like, he's like, yeah. And then he goes down and he starts fighting everybody. He's killing everybody. He's going crazy, and then he gets stabbed and they drag him away. But I think he easily would have kept going if they didn't drag him away. So you know what? Sir Alliser Thorne, he was amazing in Season 3. I don't care. And I mean, Pip's death in Sam's arms, wow. I mean, Grin against the Giant, that was also amazing. Ollie killing Ygritte. Oh my gosh, that episode was just so good. Can tell because I memorized all of it. Okay, and then the last episode got an 8.6. Pretty good. The last time you see Bran, because he doesn't show up a single time in Season 5. 8.6, which would put it right up next to First of His Name, Season 4, Episode 5. Yeah, right here. I'm going to give it, like, a bump right here. Okay. Yeah. The Children. An unexpected arrival north of the Wall changes circumstances. Dany is forced to face some harsh realities. Bran learns more of his destiny. Tyrion sees the truth of his situation. Kills his dad, Tywin, in an amazing moment. Amazing. And he kills Shay, which, screw her. Just amazing. Amazing. Alright, on to the awards. Best death is a three-way tie. Realistically, I put one person down. The person I wrote down was Tywin. But it's a tie between Tywin, Oberyn, and Joffrey. Just absolute. I mean, oh my gosh. Worst death. I give it to Oberyn. Only because, bruh, he literally sold. He had the revenge he wanted right there. He could have killed the Mountain. He chose not to, and instead he ended up dying. And that's why it's the worst. Just stupidity is why he died, bruh. Alright, and then saddest death, I give it to Pip. Because him dying in Sam's arm is quite sad. And then underrated death, I give it to Jojen. Jojen and Mira are just, oh my gosh. Neither one of them get what they deserve. Carrying this little crippled child like hundreds of miles out into the deep tundra. She doesn't even get a thank you. Wow, that just, I mean, good lord. Okay. And then the best character for Season 4, Tyrion. Tyrion, not back to back, but two-time best character. Good for him. Now we are on to what I consider the evilness of Game of Thrones, because I call it the evilness of Game of Thrones because it makes me want to kill myself, which is an evil thought. So, Season 5! Yes, yes, yes. Season 5. Amazing. Yes, it's going to be so much fun. Season 5, Episode 1, The Wars to Come. Tyrion learns of a conspiracy, and Jon is caught between two kings. The Wars to Come got an 8.5. So Season 5... Oh, the final rating for Season 4 overall, out of 100, because it's 10 episodes, every episode max can be 10. It's an 88.1. So that's pretty good. Alright, Season 5. The Wars to Come got an 8.5. So, because I did not write down every episode, like how I would rank them, I have to go back and look at what other episode got an 8.5. Then I have to come in here and see if I'm like, well, that episode was quite better. This one got a 8.5. I do remember liking it. Where is Season 2, Episode 1? Put it right here. Because I think Season 2, Episode 1 was probably better. But it got the same rating. Okay. Next up. Oh my god. Boring. Alright. Season 5. The House of Black and White. 8.2. The King's Road. Season 1, Episode 2. It's by that episode. Let's go ahead and throw it next to that episode. Because they're both Episode 2s. I don't even want to read the description of this episode because it's boring, but Arya arrives in Bravos. Pod and Brienne run into trouble on the road. Cersei fears for her daughter's safety, and Dorne, oh my god. As Ellaria Sand seeks revenge for Oberyn's death, Stannis tempts Jon, and advisor tempts Dany. Really the only thing I care about in this season is Jon and Stannis and the Wall. Everything else is boring. And this is when I just stopped liking Tyrion. Like, I'm just so annoyed with him after the Season 4. Maybe he should have died in Season 4. I don't know. Maybe not. I feel like he deserves a happy ending, but good lord, he's just so awful in these final seasons. It's not even Peter Dinklage's fault or the character's fault. It's just, it's something. Alright, in Bravos, this is Episode 3. Got an 8.1. Pretty bad. If you think about it, that's pretty bad. That is pretty bad. Season 3, Episode 1 also got an 8.1. So we're gonna go ahead and put this right here. Actually, season... Oh, what the heck? Math calculator? Yeah, I guess, dude. Do your thing. Oh, what did Season 2, Episode 6 get? I think it got a 1. Or not a 1, an 8. Yeah, I got an 8, so it's better than that. Is it better than the first episode of the whole show? Yes, it is. Season 1, Episode 8 also got a 8.1. Alright. We're going to leave it there. Shot. I just accidentally took another screenshot. Trying to get this to work. Alright, there we go. Season 5, Episode 4. Did I read the description? I don't really want to. Queen Marjorie enjoys her new husband. I completely forgot about Tommen. Tommen and Marjorie banging it up. Tommen having the time of his life. In King's Landing. Yeah. Arya sees the many-faced god in Bravos. Alright. That's basically it for that episode description. So that tells you how boring that episode was. Alright, The Sons of the Harpy. Episode 4. Oh, the Faith Militant grows increasingly aggressive. Jaime and Bronn head south. Ellaria and the Sand Snakes vow vengeance. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, okay. 8.3 is what it got. These are just like off the top of my head what they got. Season 4, Episode 7. Yeah, we're gonna put it like right here. What did Season 3, Episode 10 get? An 8.5. And this episode got a 8. What did it get? What episode are we on? Sons of the Harpy. Right? Yeah, 8.3. So it should not be up with the 8.5. What's another episode that got an 8.3? The Nightland, Season 2, Episode 2. Where's that? Where's Season 2, Episode 2? I just lost the episode. Right, this is the one I was just looking at. Season 2, Episode... What? See, this is how awful I am at this type of thing. Episode 2. Season 2, Episode 2. We gotta find that. Oh, it's right there. Alright, yeah, so it does fit right here. Okay, for some reason I thought it was, like, up here in the 8.5s for some reason. Alright, Kill the Boy. I remember this episode was... I remember the name. 8.4. I guess I didn't like it, though. Denny makes a difficult decision in Moraine. John recruits the help of an unexpected ally. Brienne searches for Sansa. Theon remains under Ramsay's control. Yeah, bro's basically gonna remain there for the rest of his time. Season 2, Episode 4 is also the same rating. Go, like, right here. No. No. What did Season 4, Episode 4 get? 8.3. And this episode got a... 8.4. So it actually is better than this episode. It's like right here. It's right on the verge. They're verging. Okay. 6. Unbowed, unbent, unbroken. Tough. It got a 8.2. Not very good. It's right up there with the House of Black and White, which is episode 2. Yeah, season 5 is just, I don't like it too much. I'll put it above it, but nah. Just not a fan of season 5. What is it? What is it? What is the next thing? The Gift, 8.4. Not even going to read the description of Unbowed, Unbent, Unbroken. Oh, actually, this episode's pretty good. I do remember. Jorah and Tyrion run into slavers, which I like that. I like that part. That was pretty funny. It's pretty fun. Tristane and Marcella make plans. Jaime and Bronn reach their destination. The Sand Snakes attack. Boring. All right, The Gift. Jon prepares for conflict. Sansa tries to talk to Theon. Brienne waits for a sign. I saw a sign. Stannis remains stubborn. Jaime attempts to reconnect with family. An 8.4. Shut up there with... The Gift and Kill the Boy are basically the exact same episode, pretty much. Except I think The Gift was probably better. Okay. A pretty good episode, which is rare for season 5. With an 8.8 coming right up. Not a lot of 8.8s. There was one in season... Yeah, season 4, episode 3. It's an 8.8. Season 4, episode 3. But there's no way this episode's better than that. Hardhome, where they battle the White Walkers, and you see the Night King raise the dead for the first time, which I thought was pretty cool. The House of the Dragon! Arya makes progress in her training. That basically every single description on the episodes has had that of some sort. Sansa confronts an old friend. Cersei struggles. Jon travels. That's the whole description of Hardhome. Alright, the next up. Episode 9. The Dance of the Dragons. Got a 8.6. Pretty good rating. It's up there with season 4, episode 1. Excuse me. Season 4, episode 1. It's like right here. I'll put it right here. I'll bump it down right here. What does season 3, episode 5 get? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. What was that episode? Dance of the Dragons. Stannis confronts a troubling decision. Jon returns to the Wall. Mace visits the Iron Bank. Who the heck is Mace? Oh, Mace Tyrell? What the heck? We're throwing him, bro. We're throwing around Mace like we know his first name. You have to actually be a loser to know Mace Tyrell's first name. They say it like maybe once or twice. They call him Mace Tyrell instead of just Lord Tyrell. Mace visits the Iron Man, and I don't even. They show like, what? They even show. Okay, bro. Whatever. Whatever. Arya encounters someone from her past. Meryn Trant. Dany reluctantly oversees a traditional celebration of athleticism. The like the slave battle royale type thing or whatever it is. All right. See, I was way too kind on season 5. Like I don't really like these episodes and most of them are boring, yet none of them made it in this tier. That's a problem. Cuz I would put most of these in this tier. See, I was way too kind. That's why I subtracted 5 points from their final score for being boring. So that's way too kind because I don't really like season 5 like at all. Mother's Mercy. Stannis marches. Dany is surrounded by strangers. Cersei seeks forgiveness, and Jon is challenged. So I think this is when Stannis dies. And I hate that he burns his daughter alive. That, I mean, good lord. It's... Oh, that's... Oh, is this the Walk of Shame, too? Shame. 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 Or season 5, episode 1. It's actually quite a good episode. What's season 3, episode 2's rating? 8.6, sorry, yeah, so it would stop there. What did season 1, episode 10 get? Yeah, 8.5. Alright, that's a pretty good episode. Stannis is dead now. I do like his death. Like, if he's gonna die, I think he died in a good way. With Brienne killing him, it fits for her. You know, because that was, like, her thing. She had to kill Stannis. It was her duty. I wish Stannis didn't die. I will get to season 8 and how I think it should have ended. Ugh! Alright, final score for season 5 is a 79. 84 minus 5 because it was boring, and I could not let this season be rated better than season 1, bro. Season 1 is infinitely better. Okay, best death of season 5, I give it to Jono Slint because it's funny, and he's a loser, and it was funny. And he was in charge of protecting King's Landing, planning the defense of King's Landing. He was in charge of that. So I gotta give him something. Alright, worst death, I give it to Stannis, obviously. Saddest death, I give it to Shireen. Shireen could also be worst. Underrated death, I gave it to Sir Barristan. I don't know why did they kill Sir Barristan. I don't know if it's underrated. I just said that I felt like his death was stupid. That's why I put it for underrated. It could have been worst. Whatever. And then best character for season 5, I gave it to Jon Snow. Like I said, season 5, I really only care about the Wall. Everything else, not really. Okay, so we've got, this is the rankings after season 5. got to season 6, which is probably the last good season. No, not probably. It is the last good season. I'll stretch for a second, because I've been locked in. Okay. Episode 1 of season 6, The Red Woman. Jon Snow is dead. Oh yeah, I forgot that he died in the last episode. Jon Snow is dead. At Castle Black, Thorne defends his treason, while Ed and Davos defend themselves. Sansa and Theon race the cold and the hounds. That's an amazing episode. When Brienne and Podrick show up and save them, it's actually so awesome. This is when Theon starts becoming a cool character again. Well, for the first time, because he never really was cool before. Alright, 8.6. That puts it up next with the Dance of the Dragon, Season 5, Episode 9. But I'm gonna put this, like, right up here. Right here. Pretty good episode. Alright, Season 6, Episode 2. Got an 8.4, and it's called Home. Bran goes home. Remember Bran? He wasn't in Season 5 at all. Bran trains with the Three-Eyed Raven in King's Landing. Oh my god. Jaime advises Tommen. Tyrion demands good news, but has to make his own. At Castle Black, the Night's Watch stands behind Thorne. Ramsay Bolton proposes a plan. Season 6. Episode 2 got an 8.4, which was also the same as Season 5, Episode 7. Where's Season 5, Episode 7? I'm gonna give it... It's better than that immediately. Probably not better than Season 2, Episode 4, though. Alright. Oathbreaker. Season 6, Episode 3. Daenerys meets her future. Bran meets the past. Tommen confronts the High Sparrow. Arya trains to be no one. Varys finds an answer. Ramsay gets a gift. Okay, Ramsay. Ramsay. Ramsay! He's your little brother! What is Ramsay's gift? I don't know. What is this episode called? Oathbreaker 8.3. Season 5, Episode 4 is basically the same rating. Where's Season 5? Episode 3. Oh, right here. I'm gonna give this one a better rating, though. Season 6, Episode 3. I'll put it right above. Okay, Season 6, Episode 4, Book of the Stranger, got an 8.2. Which is same as Season 5, Episode 2. I really don't have a reason for why these episodes got these specific ratings. It's just if I liked it, it got a high rating. If I didn't, it got a low rating, which is self-explanatory. But also, it's just like, it was the first rating that came to my mind after finishing the episode, and that's what it got. What is this episode? Season 6, Episode 4, 8.2. And I'm looking for Season 5, Episode 6. Right above it. Alright, I should read the description. Book of the Stranger. Tyrion strikes a deal. Jorah and Daario undertake a difficult task of rescuing Daenerys. Jaime and Cersei try to improve their situation. I will say Daenerys this season, boring. I skipped like all of that on this rewatch because I did not want to watch it. I did watch it like whenever I watched it for the first time, but I just, God, it's just so boring. Ugh! All right, next episode, season 6, episode 5, The Door, which is the episode Hodor dies. Tyrion seeks a strange ally. Bran learns a great deal. Brienne goes on a mission. Arya is given a chance to prove herself. Hodor dies, which isn't in the description, but that's my own thing. Hodor does die in this episode, and it is a very good episode. It's very good. It's got an 8.7. We'll find another episode that got an 8.7. Season 3, episode 3. Where's season 3, episode 3? Right up here. Oh, it didn't get enough rating to beat Hardhome, but it was a very good episode. Blood of My Blood. An old foe comes back into the picture. Gilly meets Sam's family. Oh my gosh, that scene. Oh my gosh. His dad genuinely hates his guts, and it's actually awesome. Anyways, this episode got a 7.9, which would put it right here. Because there's no way season 1, episode 4 got a 7.9. Season 1, episode 4 got a 7.8. I was close, giving it a 7.9, I guess. See, episode 6, 7. Season 6, episode 7. This episode, The Broken Man. The High Sparrow eyes another target. Jaime confronts a hero. Arya makes a plan. And the North is reminded. About what? Got an 8.4, so I guess it wasn't anything important. C5, episode 7. This is around when I started not liking the show anymore. Around this. And it felt more like a chore to watch it instead of, you know, actually liking it. No one just wanted to finish it. While Jaime weighs his options, Cersei answers a request. Tyrion plans bear fruit. Whatever that means. Got an 8.2. Season 5, episode 6. Where is season 5, episode 6? Right here. I'll put it above that. Everything's above that. Okay, and then the battle of Jon Snow and Ramsay. Ramsay Snow? He's Ramsay Bolton, though, at that point. But anyways, Jon Snow and Ramsay's battle episode got a 8.9. Which, it didn't even squeak a 9. And I found it very hilarious. Alright, bro, when Rickon dies, it's so stupid. Bro also does not know how to zigzag. Bro, zig and zag. Like, why are you running in a straight line? Whatever. And then, when all the bodies are piling up, like mountains of bodies, it's like, bruh. Okay, come on. And it's doing it at a ridiculous speed, too, where they're, like getting, like, lots of bodies, like, right off the bat. Like, I don't know what we're doing. Is there another episode that got an 8.9? I don't think so. We'll put it right at the top, then. Alright, season 6, episode 10. Oh my goodness gracious. I would put... Honestly, I don't know how this episode... I'm putting it right below this episode. What's season 4, episode 8 get? So I can make sure. Yeah, bumped me down one. The beginning of this episode is so good. Absolutely one of the greatest intros. And when the Grand Sept explodes, you kill, like, High Sparrow, Mace. Like, who's calling him Mace? Marjorie, Loras, just a bunch of main characters. Uncle Kevin. Yeah, everybody's favorite character, Uncle Kevin. My favorite character is Uncle Kevin Lannister. We're into the final. The finale. The finale, and it does not. Oh my god, it is awful. I will speed through this. Oh, season 6 awards. Season 6 ended with a 84.4. I like season 6, but it is not as good as the first 3. Alright, the first 4 is what I meant to say. Best death, Ramsay Bolton getting eaten by dogs. Very fitting for him to die like that. Worst death, Rickon. So stupid. Like, they basically did absolutely nothing with him and then just killed him and then never mentioned him again. Crazy. Saddest death, Hodor. Hodor actually made me so sad. Hold the door. Hold the door. Awesome. Underrated death, I give it to the Blackfish, but I also said 1-1 the Giant. So, those two got an underrated death. And the best character went to... Did not really have very strong performances from the main group of people. I give it to Lady Olenna, because she's always fun to watch do things. So, Lady Olenna, she gets her moment in Season 6. And her whole family dies, so I feel bad for her. Okay. Season 7. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the most points it can get is 70. And it doesn't come close. Alright, Episode 1, Dragonstone. Got a 5.3. We're just gonna blast through Season 7 because I hate Season 7 so much. It is absolutely horrible. Horrendous. Literally, like, the whole thing with them in Dragonstone. Dragonstone is such a boring location. It is just, every time it cuts to Dragonstone, I just stop paying attention. It is so boring. All of the characters there, people who you used to love, you know, all of it so boring. Season 7 is just so boring. Stormborn is higher at a 5.8. The Queen's Justice higher at a 6.4. Pretty good. And then we got the Spoils of War at a 6.8. And I'm gonna be honest, Jon Snow and Daenerys makes me want to blow my brains out every time they talk to each other. I hate that they get together. I hate that she's his aunt, and she still tries, you know, and he still tries, but good lord. After they find out that she's his aunt. And then this episode with the King's Road and the dragon, you know, killing everybody. It's, like, awesome. And then Jaime somehow doesn't drown after wearing, like, armor that probably weighs 87 pounds. How does he not sink to the bottom and die? I don't know. How does Bronn carry him? How does Bronn spawn out of nowhere and save him? Bronn was really good in this episode. I like that. Lady Olenna did die in the episode 3. Season 7, episode 3. She had an amazing death, where she tells Jaime that she poisoned Joffrey right before she dies. Pretty awesome. I did like that. Alright, Eastwatch, 6.1. This is just stupid. It's just so stupid. Let's go! Oh my god, guys! Let's go into the thick of it with all the White Walkers. Bunch of us, and let's grab one and bring it back to Cersei so we can show her that the dead are real. Well, guess what, bud? She does not care if the dead are real, because she does not care. It's such a stupid plan, and Tyrion should have got the Varys treatment for even coming up with that awful plan. Beyond the Wall. Oh my god. Okay, yeah. Beyond the Wall. It's a little better than the Eastwatch episode, so that's something, I guess. A little better. It's just, oh my gosh, you can't make this up. And then Thoros dies to a White Walker bear. And this is what bothers me about that and why I'm mentioning it. Oh my god, and Mira. Alright, let me talk about Thoros first. He's getting bit by this bear. And there's like 8 people there. And they're all not doing anything. They're just watching him get attacked by a bear. Only the hound saves him. Like, why are we doing... So They're just watching this man get his insides ripped out by a bear. Oh my god, what do we do? So dumb. And then... Bran, why did they just make Bran lose all of his emotion? Like, why did they... Oh my god. I just don't understand that decision. They shouldn't have done that. And then Mira, God bless her. I feel so bad for her. Oh my gosh. No, not even a thank you. Nothing. She doesn't even show up again. She's just gone. That poor girl, bro. Her brother died. Summer the wolf died. She's basically alone every single day talking to elf people. Hodor died. And Bran has no emotions for any of that. Well, whatever, bro. That's so dumb. So stupid. It's... Oh my gosh. I hate Season 7 so much. Season 7, Episode 4.9. This is how I describe Season 7. I'd rather cut both my hands off than ever watch Season 7 of Game of Thrones. Ever again. I will never watch it again. Never again. Okay, let's get to the awards. Best Death, Randall Tarley, because screw him. And also, I think it's funny that he burns like that. Alright, it's not really funny. I don't remember why I gave him the best death. I just did. There was not really a lot of options. Worst death, which I didn't even talk about, but bro, Littlefinger. The character from seasons 1 through 4 to 5 through 7 it's a completely different person. And he's just stupid. They make him dumb. They make him awful. Good lord, I don't. It's just so dumb. Oh my god. And then the saddest death, I gave it to Olenna because I like her. Underrated death, Thoros of Myr, because they all just stand there and watch him die, bro. Well, he doesn't die there. He freezes to death and dies that night, but still, what are we doing? And then, best character, Sandor Clegane or the Hound. Alright, let's go to Season 8. Season 8. Episode 1, Winterfell. 5.9. Which puts it at right above Season 7, Episode 2. Yeah, good job. That's definitely an accomplishment to get above Season 7, Episode 2 of Game of Thrones. Oh yeah, and the final score for Season 7 is a 41.7 out of 70. Bad. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. I hate Season 7 so much. Okay, A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. Not the show, the episode. Got a 7.9. Pretty good episode. I actually like this episode where all the characters, are coming together again. They're all reminiscing. They're all interacting. I actually really like that episode. It's a good job, Season 8. You did something right. The Long Night. Oh, my God. Could there be anything more disappointing? First of all, it's so dark, you can't see anything. Second of all, Jon Snow not killing the Night King. Oh my god. And then what they should have had with Beric is, they should have Jon and Beric. The Night King can raise the dead, and Beric comes in and helps him get out, saves him, and dies saving Jon Snow so Jon Snow can go on to kill the Night King. That way it makes sense for both of them to be resurrected, because Beric is resurrected so he can be there, so he can help Jon escape, so Jon can kill the Night King, and Jon is resurrected so he can go and kill the Night King. Instead they do Arya, which, man, oh my god, it's just so stupid. I will say Jorah and Theon's deaths, pretty good deaths. I did like that. That's about it. The Last of the Starks, 5.4. You're right above Dragonstone, Season 7, Episode 1. So that's good for you, dude. I'm about to just rage quit this video. The Bells, 1.9, and the Iron Throne, a 1.8. This possibly is the worst episode of a show that, oh my god, it is so bad. It is just awful. They take something so good and just completely ruin it. Ugh, god, I hate this episode so. I hate it so much. I hate Tyrion. I hate Daenerys. By the end of the show, there's characters that I used to like that every time they would talk, it just made me want to just die. Tyrion, Jaime, Brienne, Sansa, Jon, especially Jon, McQueen, you're my queen. Every time that they would open their mouths, I wanted to die, dude. The only character I could stand to listen to was the Hound. Oh my god. And then the last episode, just get me out of here. That's my opinion on that. Just get me out of here. Alright, awards. Best death, Theon, but it could also be Jorah. Theon and Jorah. Worst death, Jaime and Varys. Varys being burned alive. He's supposed to be one of the smartest characters, and he's getting burned alive for committing treason in the castle of the person he's committing treason against. Like, oh my god. Oh my god. I hate it, bro. And then Jaime. Could you take a character that you built up over every season, you know, character developed them, and then just completely throw it all out the window? You know what, to be honest, I never really cared for them, innocent or otherwise. Are you serious right now? Every time he says that, it makes me want to die. When Bran says, "Why do you think I came all this way?" after being an emotionless slug man in a chair that says, "I can't be the lord of anything now, I'm the three-eyed raven." Well, you know what, dude? I want to kill you. I want to take your wheelchair and push it into the ocean. Why are you so... Oh! Saddest death, I gave it to Sandor Clegane, because he's my favorite character. Underrated death, I gave it to Jorah, but you could easily also give it to Theon. Just, they're interchangeable. Best character, I gave it to the Night King, because he doesn't speak. No, I'm just joking. Give it to Sandor Clegane, the Hound, back to back. Because he's the only character I could stand, and he's the only character I liked, besides Theon and Jorah. Yeah, those are the only three characters, Sandor, Theon, Jorah, who got good endings. Everybody else can die, rot. That's it. That's my review of Game of Thrones and every episode. So, the worst episode, Season 8, Episode 6. Best episode, Season 4, Episode 9. Here is, I think if I click this, it shows a full image. Yep. Here's the full tier list. And that's it.